There is no amount of perfectionism or perfection that can solve all your problems. It doesn't exist. all the problems of your inner narrative, the things that you tell yourself, and the complexes within you. Let's not diagnose ourselves, but we know ourselves fairly well. I'm assuming there is no amount of perfectionism that can just like take you out of them. It doesn't exist. You are going to have to formulate your own words and put them out there for the world to see. You have to let yourself exist in relation to others. You cannot exist in isolation. You have to be seen. And sometimes that means being hurt and ridiculed or being ignored. You have to let the world see you or ignore you, let the tide come. That's partially the reason for this channel. To let myself be imperfect and be seen in every artistic choice I make, and they might not be even artistic. I wrote this at 4 a.m. in the morning today on my notes app, and if you've heard any of my poems, you know that I long for poetry, and I've put other people's poems as well, the ones that I really like, and I have an attachment to them, even the ones that I've written of my own years ago. There are some lost poems in some obscure little Nokia C7 that I have never recovered. I have an attachment even to them. I don't think though I fully respect them. I I give them room, and so this making videos is sort of letting them be seen, letting them exist. Um, the hesitation is very cruel. It exists within all of us, and we do this to ourselves because you can't be perfect. There is no amount of perfection where you will be satisfied. Those two things don't coexist. It can only be either of those things. That's the human condition. That's how it works. I don't know. Many people have talked about it. I struggled with writing more bigger stuff, and maybe that's another day or never. Not that I've let myself the chance to do that. I don't. So many half written stories on my laptop, diaries, pages that remain untouched. Why do we torture ourselves so? There's notes in my phone about story ideas I've randomly had, and I don't do anything about them. That pretty much tells you I kind of have like a very intuitive relationship with poetry, and storytelling is a very different genre than poetry. And I've written a poem about that also, how poetry and storytelling are very different. I've written it in one in English, which is like more a little superficial, a little relatable, perhaps. But the one in Punjabi is the one that is hard hitting. I've recorded that in that video where I talked about my poems. One of the videos where I talked about my poems. Um, we are creatures of habit, and me in particular of structure as well. So, how long does it take you to finish something the first time doesn't matter, it just matters that you finish it. That's the celebration part, even that I don't let myself enjoy it. We hurt ourselves more in imagination, they say. So, write the bad stuff. It's more for myself than for anybody else. Make the bad painting. Put an unedited, non-color graded video. It's all okay if it helps the universe. If it helps at all, the universe at large and people here, wherever, even the ones who watch, even the ones who don't watch, it doesn't matter. There is a beautiful indifference to what you create and what you do, and I love it. I love it because I've had positive reactions and I have nice reactions, and it does something to your brain. And I don't like it. I am very like, I think part of the reasons I don't like let myself be seen too much is because I'm like, I will get enamored by the idea of getting praise, which is nice, but like, okay, that's it. Thank you. Um, it's weird wanting to be seen, but one must try, but one must. So I do this. I woke up at 4 a.m. to write this on my notes app. I slept for some hours after. You sleep too and then wake up and write something, make something with your own hands, mind, and heart and soul. No AI, obviously. No AI. Every app that you go on, there is so much AI stuff. Every post, every, like, sometimes even comments, everywhere people are replying with AI, and I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? That's why I think YouTube is my favorite. That's Many people ask me, my sisters, my friends, everybody is like, why don't you make on Instagram and all? I'm like, just because there's like people go viral and everything, and I'm like, I think I kind of I would build my audience more organically, and I can be myself more here. I naturally have a tendency to show off if I am on Instagram. I think like I'm show off in the sense that like, oh, I don't know. It just I don't think I like Instagram that much, but I really like YouTube. Okay, yes. So what I was saying was you have to create something, you have to make something, and you have to do it with your own hand. It's supposed to be very human, and maybe you could do it before sleeping. I did it after waking up. But maybe you could do it before sleeping, and what a beautiful, blissful, graceful, grateful sleep you might have. Maybe yes. Maybe the only way I will ever have a great sleep is if I'm able to finish writing a novel. Because that's like a chip on my shoulder that I don't work on at all. Yeah, it translates to everything else I do, where I feel like I have to prove something, but not to something that I really want to do. It's a funny thing, but so important also that there is creative release in just making a video. It seems simple. You make a video and you edit it a little bit and you put it out there. You yap or you tell people this is how I feel, or like myself, you might share where you're what you're doing in life, where you're going, some trip, some flowers you saw, some trees you witnessed, some clouds you saw, maybe a beach, a rain, a forest, or a few poems, some poems, and a book that you might have read. Yeah. So I think it's so beautiful to create, and that relationship is usually said that it's supposed to be a painful relationship. That the creative process is supposed to be painful. It's because it is supposed to be transformative, uh, and hence painful, and hence almost traumatizing. I don't think it always works that way. It's how parallel in life works. I think I've written the most beautiful poems of my life when I was like mentally not in a good space and just like struggling. That is why I think I struggle to write now, because I think I wouldn't say I've healed, but I've worked on myself. I take care of myself, and it's been a few years since I've like written some like really painful stuff. Even the stuff that I write nowadays has more layers, but it's not like outright brutal, you know, a poetry that I used to write back in the day, which is something I miss. But then I want to learn how to write stuff that makes sense to me at this age, a more matured version of me. And yeah, this is just a reminder to you to create something for yourself with your own hands, your own mind, your own heart, and your own soul into it. It matters no matter how much AI slop there is. It matters real art, human creativity. It matters a lot. It is the reason why we exist. Um, yeah, goodbye. I'll see you in the next video.